A railway wagon assembly plant built by China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation in southwest Nigeria's Ogun State was officially put into operation on Monday. The Kajola Wagon Assembly Plant has an annual capacity of producing 500 wagons, including open wagons, container flight wagons, and box wagons.
This wagon assembly plant is one of the two corporate social responsibility projects initiated and being executed by our Chinese partners, Messrs. CCECC. This commissioning today brings to fruition one of the two projects. The other one is the establishment of the University of Transportation in Daura, Katsina State.
Today is a dream come to reality, and we are happy to thank the President and the Minister for the support and steadfastness for not giving up and ensuring that what we are seeing today has come.
According to CCECC, the construction of the plant began in January 2021 and was completed for trial production in November 2022. The plant has used China's advanced railroad wagon manufacturing production line. By May 9th, a total of 60 wagons had been assembled in the plant, and 220 wagons are scheduled to be assembled by the end of the third quarter of this year.
Hello guys, and welcome back to this channel. I'm your host Eddie Kanobut, and this is Isaac News. So today we have something very interesting we want to talk about, and it's the building and the commissioning of the Ogun Railway Assembly Plant. Now, this project is in compliance with the Presidential Executive Order number 5, which stipulates that companies involved in infrastructural development within the country is to ensure the transfer of technology to Nigeria. Now, it was in line with this executive order that the Federal Ministry of Transport in March of 2018 signed an agreement with CCECC, which stands for the China Civil Engineering Construction Company. Now, this agreement was to help facilitate the establishment of a railway plant, with the federal government providing an enabling environment in terms of tax waivers, in terms of utilities such as power, water supply, access to road, the rail sleepers, amongst other things. Now, this is an amazing one, which is an initiative of the former government under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, which stipulates that when multinational companies come into Nigeria to carry out billion-dollar contracts, contracts of very high magnitude, it is expected under their corporate social responsibility that they carry out a seamless transfer of technology to Nigeria. So CCECC, the China Civil Engineering Company, were mandated by this country in 2018 to build, number one, a railway assembly plant, which has been built and commissioned in Ogun State. And number two, they are actually building a transport university. Not rail transport, but transport university, which would cut across all forms of transportation, be it aviation industry, be it the road transport, be it water transport, and that would include shipping, building of ships, boats, and tug boats, and other vessels that will ply the waterways, and other forms of transport needed in the country. So a transport university is already being set up, it's already being built in Daura in Katsina State. Now, according to the Ministry of Transportation, this plant will not only generate the needed employment that would boost the economy, we're also going to see it develop local capacity in assembling and manufacturing of rolling stock. In fact, in addition to this plant, the Ogun State Rail Assembly Plant, has a production capacity of about 500 rail wagons per year. 500 wagons per year, it's its current production capacity. This plant will go ahead to produce different variety of wagons needed within the country. So we're going to see it, produce open wagons. We're going to see it produce container flat wagons, and we're going to see it produce box wagons. Now, the first set of wagons that have been assembled by this plant have already been sent to the Nigerian Railway Commission for approval if it meets international standards. Now, what's the advantage of setting up a rail assembly plant in Nigeria? The advantages are enormous. First, we're going to provide rail infrastructure for the ongoing rail project in Nigeria. Now, a couple days ago, I made a video about the rail being built all the way from Abuja, down to Kaduna. We have the Abuja-Kaduna section. Then we have the Kaduna-Kano section of rail. We have the Kano-Maradi rail. So from Kano, it's going to cross to from Kano to Jigawa State, to Katsina State, then to Maradi in Niger Republic. So this is a robust railway network that's being built. So we're going to need wagons that are going to apply Abuja-Kaduna. Wagons that are going to apply Kaduna-Kano. We're going to wagons that will apply Kano Jigawa, Jigawa-Katsina, and then Katsina-Maradi in Niger Republic. So this is the long chain of rail wagons that we're going to need. So this plant is coming at the right time to serve local demand. Now, how about demand around us? As the African continent begin to wrap up its infrastructural development, countries in the sub-African region, sub-Saharan region, are also looking to build their own rail infrastructure. So Nigeria is going to serve as a rail hub. We are going to make rails for the demand that's going to serve the West African market, the Central African market, and even Eastern and part of the Southern African market, in terms of rail delivery, because there's a more advanced rail setup and rail network in the northern hemisphere of the African continent. So this is market that we're going to supply to in the west, in the east, in the Central African Republic, and then we're going to see that move up even onto the southern part of the African continent. And like I said earlier, the government is working to open the first transport university in Daura, Katsina State. Now, this university is to ensure adequate turnout of graduates, of technicians, of artisans, of researchers in different areas of transportation, but especially railway transportation, being that railway is going to be the youngest form of transport that we're going to be executing within the country. So there's more expertise and more knowledge in other sectors such as aviation, in road transportation, in even water transportation, but rail is really lacking hands and lacking expertise. So there's going to be a lot of focus on railway development, railway transportation in this transport university, and this is to ensure sustainability of the massive infrastructural provisions that begun with the previous administration and is set to be continued and enhanced and even pushed further by this present administration. Now, the Federal Ministry of Transportation, also went ahead to assure the nation that they will remain fully committed to implementing all the government's policies on railway modernization and even expansion of the transportation network, which ought to be done in an environmentally friendly way. So just to toss it in there, the Federal Ministry of Transportation had written to Malta Angel Nigeria Limited. This is the firm that is constructing the Kaduna-Kano rail line. Okay, so they wrote to them and asked them that they should change, most of their vehicles and their machineries to gas, so as to make sure that the construction is going on in an eco-friendly manner. And this firm had actually accepted the offer by the government under the Ministry of Transportation, and are looking forward to changing a lot of their automobiles, so their Hilux, their buses, their trucks, and maybe possibly their heavy machinery are going to change their engine to gas to make sure that it is more environmentally friendly while carrying out the construction of this rail line from Kaduna down to Kano State. So just to tie loose ends and to put everything together into context, so we have the Order 5, Executive Order 5, that demands that whenever a company sets up shop in Nigeria, they have a corporate social responsibility of building infrastructure that's going to help maintain the work that they're doing, be it in the oil sector, be it in the road sector, be it in rail, be it in water, be it in gas, whatever you're doing right now, moving from 2018 when this order was being signed, you're expected to build something that can sustain the development you're bringing to the country. Secondly, there's going to be technology transfer. So in areas where Nigeria is deficient or lacks knowledge in terms of how to go about a particular production or sector of development, these companies are expected to transfer this knowledge to Nigeria, so that in the coming years we can have Nigerians taking charge of this sector of manufacturing or the sector of transportation or the sector of the economy. So this is a huge one that was implemented by Buhari and is being continued by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this is where we're going to wrap it up for this session of the video. I'd like you to please turn on your notification bell and select all videos so you could get notified whenever we drop new videos. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for sticking thus far with us. I remain your host, Eddie Kanobut, and until we see again, Godspeed.